The usual practice of Bengal, which is there, that if you have lost the election, you can't go back to your house. The complaints, police useless, it has already been proved. Trinamool is in power already. You are already giving sufferings to the people. Why more sufferings? I, being a citizen of this country, and in Bengal and others too, we have a right to live. We have a right to live. We give up our right to vote.
FIR should be lodged against the election commission itself also, against him and his managers. Why not, my lord?
If that what has happened, my lord, the mischief, my lord, that has been committed insofar as, my lord, the deployment of central forces are concerned and misleading the central forces are concerned.
I will mention this, that through social media, I had circulated an email ID to people of Bengal, requesting them to come with their complaints on that email ID. Since yesterday night, I have received more than 250 emails. Now, Lordships will also see that this election is a Gram Panchayat election, where people are not very hybrid. They are not used to the email process. Even then, 250 complaints are there since yesterday. Now, I can produce the candidates, and not just from one political party, from various political parties. The opposition candidates can come and file their affidavits. Now, the difficulty is, Your Lordships, this is a similar situation which we had witnessed after the post-poll which happened in 2021. What had happened? Election process over. We also said that whatever is the counting process is over, you are declared a winner. Now let people stay in peace. It is their right to live, but that was denied to them. Continuous violence took place. People were killed. They were thrown out of their houses. Similar thing is happening today. In the complaints which I have received, people are crying. They are saying that the usual practice of Bengal, which is there, that if you have lost the election, you can't go back to your house. They attack your house. They take over the possession of your house. Your shops are destroyed. You have to flee from that village. You cannot enter back. Now, the blame game, on the last occasion, when I came before your Lordships, I said that who will take the blame? State government will say, the law and order is not in our hand. It is in the hand of State Election Commission. Where will these people go to file their complaints? Police useless. It has already been proved. There's no point going to the DG and file their complaints, because I coming every day with 500 or 200 complaints will not solve the problem, because this is entire Bengal's problem now. There are videos, Your Lordships, and this is not that I'm speaking at large or at length. The facts, only the facts. Women candidates have been pulled by their hair yesterday in the counting stations and thrown out. And not to Your Lordship's surprise, who were helping in doing all this? The police. The police threw them out of the counting stations and said, you all are not required to the daughter Nepali Jadat. Get out. You are not required to be here. Then what is the point of counting? One particular incident, since I appear in person, I would like to mention this, that yesterday at 6 o'clock, I was called by the locals from Dhulagarh. There is a counting station called CCOM College. They told me that police has thrown all the opposition out. None of us are here, but the MLA, Priya Pal, from the ruling Trinamool Congress, she was inside. She took out the ballots, where in the first round, she saw when people were inside, she saw that they are losing. Thereafter, she threw them out. She took out the ballot. She ate it with a bottle of water. So hungry they are. Not that. Thereafter, nobody was allowed. So the counting had stopped. Then when people called me, I continuously did all my effort to speak to the CAPF, to speak to the police. The Commissioner of Police, Praveen Tripathi, did not answer the call. I took, with my, whatever Your Lordship says, with my courage, I went there and was surrounded by 4,000 people hailing Trinamool. With all that green color on their face, they surrounded me. I have a security personnel with me. He informed the central forces that anything can happen here. Please do something. After 20 minutes, the CAPF, RPF people came. They entered the polling station. Thereafter, few agents, because by the time everybody fearing for their life, they had left the place. They entered inside. Thereafter, the counting started. Whole night, the counting continued. But what is the point? The agents, they could not participate in the process. And by that time, everything was over. Your Lordships, I will not go more on it. The simple thing is, why is this election required then? Trinamool is in power already. You are already giving sufferings to the people. Why more sufferings? I, being a citizen of this country, and in Bengal and others too, we have a right to live. We have a right to live. We give up our right to vote. We will not vote. With folded hands, we say we will not vote, but allow us to live.
Yes, ma'am. Praying for, by way of interim
release. Just 2-3 other things, my lords. Many more horrendous things are being said. I understand today it's been reported that even some central forces have been impersonated by people, and they've gone and stood there as though they are central forces. This kind of a thing has been going on. I think, my lords, in the fitness of things, there has to be some kind of a scrutiny or forensic audit of ballot papers, CCTV footages, and the videographs. And one more thing, my lords, again, an honest submission for my lord's consideration. I think we have crossed the stage of merely reports from the SEC. I think someone has to take personal responsibility. Please call upon the SEC to be available to my lords and give answers. Because I would respectfully submit, my lords, the nature of the problem which has occurred now is now something which is very serious. And this is notwithstanding orders of court. I would respectfully submit, my lords, that has been.
FIR should be lodged against the Election Commission itself also, against him and his main NSS. Why not, my lord? If the dates have been happened, my lord, because the election commissioner is the powerful authority at the time of election and at the time of counting. If the dates, he should be responsible, my lord, and his main agents. So I have taken this point also, my lord. It should be considered. And my lord, I told about the medical facility. This point have also been taken, my lord. I don't know whether he have filed any report or not before taking.
We intend to come up, my lord, with a very detailed report about what has happened, my lord. The mischief, my lord, that has been committed insofar as, my lord, the deployment of central forces are concerned and misleading the central forces are concerned. There has been constant non-cooperation, my lord. We intend to come up with that report in the 330 contempt matter, my lord, because those orders were passed in the contempt application. So, my lord, we'll see, my lord, what has happened. We are making it a very detailed report and we'll be placing it before your lordship, my lord. We have asked, my lord, the nodal officer to remain present also, my lord. But I understand, my lord, considering the gravity of the situation, the State Election Commissioner should also remain present here, my lord, personally at 3:30. Let the queries be answered before the Honorable Court. Public money, my lord, has been plundered, my lord. We airlifted, my lord, the forces, my lord, from Leh. We got them here. They were, my lord, initially made to sit in the strong room instead of being deployed. This is the degree of non-cooperation. Till date, my lord. No sensitive booth, my lord, no address, no details. Nothing has been supplied to us. Despite repeated insistence, till date, nothing has come, my lord, from the end of the State Election Commission, my lord. We have requested in writing several times. Let us know about the booths, not only the number of booths.
But is there any officer of the Election Commission present here today? Some sadness in procedure, at least.
Oh, well,
And it's very disheartening to hear the Deputy Solicitor General say that the order was no part of the expenses should be charged to the state.
No, of course. If they are substance that
You can't see the thing is, there are
But had I appeared
a party to a proceeding is not agreeable to any part of an order. There is an appellate forum available. Once you can test the correctness of that order. If that appellate forum gives a seal of approval, the only option is to obey the order. Well, that is why we repeatedly use the expression letter and spirit. So if the order is sought to be made unworkable, then it's a very sad state of affairs.
it is a very